Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the Elevate with Erica podcast. I'm your host, Erica. My mission is to connect with you through our stories, and in that process, spread inspiration for you to go do amazing things with your life. I had crushed that "this is the way to the perfect job, marriage, and kids" checklist, and was left unhappy, stressed, living paycheck to paycheck, and unfulfilled. I knew there had to be more to life than wishing away the week until Friday, and so I found that proof. And that's what I'm here to do for you and with you. Are you ready to create a life that gets you excited? Then elevate with Erica. Grab a bottle and get comfy, friends. It's time for some unfiltered advice. You guys, I want to share with you my favorite place to shop online. Zulily offers daily deals on thousands of items from up-and-coming brands and household names. You'll find a store full of new things every day, and you'll always get great value and free shipping on orders of $89 or more. Explore toys, clothing, and smart home finds, plus top beauty and wellness trends. Have fun shopping without breaking the bank or leaving your house. Save on clothes, toys, and home decor. New deals every day. That's my favorite part. New shops pop up every single day. Check the link in my show notes to check out Zulily today. Sorry for your new addiction. Not sorry about all the money you'll save shopping on Zulily. Hi friends, it is good to see you back for Elevate with Erica. I'm freezing, first of all, and I don't understand why I chose to live in a place where the air hurts my face. Okay, seriously, at least it is sunny though, as you can see, but it's cold out there. And of course it has to be windy too. One of these days, my dream of moving south will come true. I have a dream of living in South Carolina. I would love to live in Charleston. I've never even been to Charleston. It's just a place that has always kind of whispered my name. I only like to be cold if it's going to snow. And that's something I can hop on a plane and see, right? If I want to. Otherwise, my skin needs warmth and sunshine, you know? So one quick thing I want to cover with you guys. I was informed that my podcast is in the top 25% on the platform. So first, I have to thank you guys for listening, for sharing, for helping me get the word out. It means everything to me. And I'm so grateful for the connections that I've made just through getting the chance to be myself right here with all of you. Thank you for accepting me into your life, spending time with me and sharing the show because of the success of this show, I've now unlocked the ability to begin a podcast subscriber exclusive community. So what is that, E? Well, that, after many requests, now means that I'm going to be offering weekly podcasts. So for $1.50 a week or just $6 a month, you can subscribe to receive exclusive episodes. Now, don't worry, nothing is going to change about my bi-weekly episodes on my podcast or on YouTube. But if you need an extra dose of Elevate with Erica, there will be little mini pump up podcasts sent to subscribers every week. You will see these right on the podcast platform that you're listening to me on. Now, those on YouTube, that's a totally different thing. And this is just for my podcast platforms. All you have to do is head to the show notes and click to subscribe to Mini Mindset Elevators. These exclusive episodes will begin airing next week, friends. And I am challenging myself to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the month of February. And I know I can count on you guys to help me do that. Thank you for your continued support of the show. It really does mean the world to me. Okay, friends, I want to know, how are you feeling? I know I can't hear your answer, but I want you to hear it yourself. How are you? In the line of work that I am in case you don't know, I am a body partner, formerly known as Beachbody. I help people get started and stay on their health and wellness journey. So as you can imagine, January is my busy month. Okay. We have people making New Year's resolutions left and right, and I am all here for it. You're never going to hear me dogging someone for saying new year, new me. I'm in your corner. I'm rooting for you. I'm the one there saying, yes, girl, go sis. You got this. This is your year. So my business picks up in January and people are ready to start taking care of themselves, detox from all the holiday sweets, build healthier habits. But I have to tell you something that didn't really happen this year. And you may have felt it too in your own life or gotten this feeling from others as well. This year, it feels like February is the new January. It feels like a lot of people kind of went into hibernation in January, or were sick, or were just taking a beat, you know? The reason doesn't really matter. And the reasons aren't why I'm bringing this up today. I'm bringing this up because maybe you didn't start the year the way that you would like to, for whatever reason. Maybe January was just a beat for you. But today, I want you to give yourself permission. That's what I want to inspire you to do today. Permission for what, Erica? Well, permission to improve an area or multiple areas of your life. Permission to not wait until next January 1st, not wait until the start of next month, not wait until next Monday. Permission to just start doing, to take action, a small step today in the direction that you desire. Permission to be a beginner. Permission to not be liked by everyone. Permission to go for great. Let's start with permission to be a beginner. This one may be harder for some of us than others. Being willing to just look like an idiot. If I didn't allow myself to look like an idiot, you wouldn't be listening to my voice right now. I wouldn't have this podcast. I wouldn't have added YouTube as a whole nother platform where now you have to see my face too. I wouldn't have left that safe job to build my dream. I wouldn't have posted that first workout in hopes of inspiring someone else. I wouldn't be sharing my life on Instagram, which has since led to me finding my passion in life, but also created some of the most real connections I've ever had. Looking like an idiot, of course, was never a part of my plan. It's never a part of the plan, but it can be a byproduct of trying something new. And there's a strong chance that you're not just going to be some natural, like naturally gifted at whatever it is. When I listen back to my first podcast, it's super embarrassing. But at the same time, I'm so proud of her for being willing to not be the best, but to start trying. And when I look back at my old workout posts on Instagram with 2 likes, like one's my mom and one's like my old bestie, I'm like, good grief, why is the camera so close to my face? But I am super proud of her for being willing to begin her positive impact. When I look back at my first YouTube video, I think, damn girl, you need to raise the camera because we are looking right up your nose, but I'm not going to delete it. I'm super proud of her for pushing record, even though she didn't know all the ins and outs of the YouTube platform, even though she didn't have the best camera or mic or lighting, she went for it. I'm not saying we should set out to look like an idiot. Okay, maybe I am. I mean, don't run from it. You can't be a good artist if you're not first willing to be a bad artist. But what I'm trying to say is, it's just not the end of the world if you are bad at something. It's not the worst thing that could happen. The worst thing that could happen is that you never give yourself permission to be you, to try, to see if something you're kind of sort of interested in could lead to one of your greatest passions, lead you to the connection that changes your life drastically, or helps you make an amazing impact on someone else's life. I was at an event recently in Philly, and one of the speakers, Donald Stamper, was talking about how little things, seemingly in the moment, small choices, right, led to a totally different life than the path he was on otherwise. For example, he said yes to instructing a ballroom dance class, even though he had never done anything like that before. And it led him to a connection that drastically changed his life, not because he was some amazing ballroom dancer already or had tons of experience in it or in instructing, but just because he was willing to try it, look like an idiot, and see if he could figure it out. When I first started recording pieces of my workouts in the morning to inspire others like other women had done for me, I was like, half not even wanting my husband to see, to be honest. Like if I heard him coming out of the bedroom, I'd kind of try to put my phone down. I'm not recording me. My kids would ask why I was recording myself. I thought people would think I was just wanting to be looked at. I thought I'd be judged. And maybe I was, but I also really don't think that people think about you as much as you think they do. And if they have something negative to say, it's just a reflection of their own insecurities or fears stopping them from doing something they want to do. I'm like propping my crappy old phone up on a picture frame or a candle and stacks of books, thinking I had just the right angle. But now looking back at the old videos, yikes, that was not it. But guess what? That was 8 years ago today. I've never had anyone that wanted the best for me reach out and say, "You look ridiculous." I have had a bunch of strangers turned virtual friendships reach out and tell me how much I have inspired them and motivated them. All because I was willing to look like a fool without having reached any fitness goals of my own, without knowing how to put my camera up on the right piece of furniture to have just the right angle, without being an expert. I was willing to try. I was willing to be a beginner and make an impact on someone else's life the way someone else had made an impact on mine. And I gave myself permission to be a beginner. You can give yourself that same permission. I know there's something on your heart that you want to do, but you're afraid you'll look stupid, you'll fail, you'll screw it up, you'll get a shitty result. I think we all have something we want to try. I don't have enough time in the day, honestly, to do all the things I want to try, but I have my list, that's for sure. So for me, there's always something, and I'm always working on trying something new. Currently, it is getting my group fitness instructor certificate so that I can have my go at teaching a group fitness class. It's always been a dream of mine. I want to try it. Maybe I'll look like an idiot. Maybe people will come to class just to talk about me. Probably not, right? But that's like something that we tell ourselves. It's our mind's way of fighting to keep us comfortable. And I just don't care if I look like an idiot, because what bothers me more than making a fool of myself in just a moment that everyone will probably forget eventually is living my life to 90 years old, if I'm lucky, and looking back thinking of all the things that I wish I would have given myself permission to try. Permission to not be liked by everyone. Kind of ties nicely into that first one. Why do we want to be liked by everyone? That sounds incredibly exhausting now that I'm 37 years old. But damn, in my teens and through most of my 20s, I didn't need to be in the popular crowd by any means, but I didn't want people not to like me either, if that makes sense. So I just kept more to myself and like tried to stay in a box, followed the structure of how I thought you were supposed to do life. I tried to color in the lines, basically, but I ended up in this space where I was so unhappy and no one really noticed. And I asked myself, what for? What am I living my life like this for? It's definitely not for me because I'm not even happy. Why am I choosing to apply for these jobs? For their approval, for their acceptance? Maybe if that's my title, I'll be respected. Maybe if that's my income, they will love me. I'm here. I'm in the job. I'm making the money. I've got the title. Where are the people? The more I accomplished, the more I did what I thought I was supposed to do, the less people I found that I had around me. And that's what I think people mean by feeling alone in a crowded room. And further to that point, the less people I had around me that even knew who I was or cared to ask if I was happy or noticed that I wasn't. My community, my circle of connections got smaller and smaller. And there were people in my life, but most of the people felt like a place of business, if that makes sense. Like they felt like part of my job, part of this role I was trying to fulfill, this mask I had on. Everything I did, even when I was just out socializing, felt like work. And I think this is why even today, I'm really good at being alone. I actually enjoy being alone because for so many years, being alone is the place I gave myself permission to be me. It was the only place that I wasn't performing. I wasn't trying to people please. I wasn't showing up in any particular way to get someone else to like me. I was just me. I can actually stay up later too when I'm alone. Isn't that interesting? And it's not because I get the remote. I mean, it kind of, but it's also because it feels like I'm on vacation from my life. Because the rest of my life feels like work. So when I'm by myself, it's like vacation. I'm relaxed. I'm breathing lighter. My shoulders are lower. I'm me. And just that is enough. But what if we gave ourselves permission to not be liked by everyone all the time? For me, my first step in doing that was doing something pretty drastic. And I'm not saying that you need to do something this drastic. But in leaving my job and stepping out of that part that I was playing, stepping away from something that defined so much of my identity, I was starting to forget who I really was. I didn't need the title, the pay, the conventional job to earn more likes anymore. I wanted to like me. I wanted to like my life. That became all that mattered. I gave myself permission to like myself, and in that gave myself permission to not be liked by everyone. It's why I feel more aligned today than I ever have. It's why with less, I'm the happiest I've ever been. It's so easy to get wrapped up in looking amazing on the outside and hiding all of your shit, right? We see people posting their amazing houses and new cars and lavish vacations, and we think that that in itself makes their life a life to be desired. They must have all their shit figured out. Maybe they do have a great life. But all of us have things going on we aren't talking about. Don't let the Pinterest-worthy patio decorations fool you. I share a lot on social media and on this podcast. More than most people are comfortable sharing. More than I'm even comfortable sharing sometimes. But I share what I share because more than a need to appear to have this perfect life to everyone else, I have a need to let the woman at home who is struggling to hang on to her marriage, who regrets getting upset with her kids today, who can't afford the Disney family vacation, who hasn't taken her Christmas tree down yet, know that they aren't alone. Something's not wrong with them. My life is not perfect. My marriage is constant work. And some days I don't know how to repair it. And other days I'm madly in love and I can't imagine doing life with anyone else. And some days I feel like I showed up as the best mom and my kids adore me. And other days, I don't know if my 12-year-old likes me. Some days I feel like I have my finance together. And other days I don't know how I'll afford it all. I'm not perfect. My life is not perfect. If sharing my imperfect life, sharing the big glass of wine I've had after feeling guilty for yelling at my kids that day, sharing the frustration and the disagreement that I had with my husband that day, if any of that makes people uncomfortable, makes people not like me, I'm okay with it. I give them permission and I give myself permission to not give a fuck. I give myself permission to like me because in turn, that means I invite people in my life who like me for me too. And being with those people feels like being home alone. It's the hair down, favorite old t-shirt, no makeup. I don't feel like wearing a bra, so I'm not going to kind of connections that I want more of in my life. Permission to go be great. Don't roll your eyes at me. This isn't just me reiterating the same old Instagram quote that keeps showing up on your feed. I am going to say that it is okay to be grateful, to love your life today, but to want more. It is okay. I don't know if you can relate to this, but I'm sure someone can. I've been known to silence my feelings because I tell myself it's just not that serious when something upsets me, even though it's really bothering me. Like, I'm not talking about when I'm just having a crappy day. I'm talking about when something is really wrong and I try to brush my feelings under the rug because I say it's not that serious. Someone else has it worse. How can I complain about this when someone else's life is like this? You know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing, someone else being in a tougher spot, someone else having a rougher start, someone else's struggles do not invalidate yours and your feelings. We spend so much energy trying to convince ourselves our life is good enough as it is that we don't stop and think of all the ways we could work to make it better. What's wrong with wanting better? I think this again kind of lends itself to permission to not be liked by everyone and permission to be a beginner. It's giving ourselves permission to do something different, to try something to make our life better. Maybe it's marriage counseling and you're afraid your friends will criticize you for it. Maybe it's going back to school, but you're afraid it'll be a waste of money and you won't be good at whatever it is you're wanting to pursue. Maybe it's beginning your fashion influence on your Instagram, but you're afraid your friends will make fun of you for swirling around in front of a mirror. Whatever, right? There's something you're not giving yourself permission to be great at. You're in your way. You dream about it, right? Because our dreams and desires, they don't ever stop knocking. But every time you think, well, you go, no, it probably won't work out. I'll look stupid. It'll be a waste of time. There's people already doing it. I won't be the best. So I'll just stay here, inside the lines, playing it safe. But friend, I'm asking you not to die wondering. There is no playing it safe. There is either playing or not. And I want you to play. Give yourself permission to play, to go be great. The risk is not in playing. The risk is in not. And I hope you feel that inspiration to go color outside the lines today, this month, this year. Everything you've ever wanted is right outside your comfort zone. So go. Give yourself permission to be a beginner, permission to not be liked by everyone, permission to go be great. You deserve a great life, friend. Don't you ever doubt that for a second. That right time you've been waiting for, that sign to go for it, you've been waiting for, that thing that's holding you back. It's just the permission that you need from you to run towards your greatest life. So I want you to grab a piece of paper and something to write with, right? I give myself permission to. And I want you to pick one of the things that we covered here today, or your own thing that you haven't given yourself permission to pursue yet, and write it down, or multiple things. Feel free to share it with me or share it on your social and tag me. Let's start a little movement here. And as always, if you could take a second to go leave a rating and review on whatever platform you're listening to this on, I would so appreciate you. And hit that subscribe button while you're there so that you don't miss a future episode. And don't forget to go subscribe to those new exclusive mini mindset elevators that will begin next week. Until next time, friends. E.